Okay, good evening to everyone. Myself, Kullan Mukherjee. I'm the Assistant Professor of Automobile Engineering Department. So, we are having with us Mr. Arunangshu Pal. He is now in-house motor engineer in Royal Sundaram General Insurance Company Limited. He is actually did BTech from in automobile engineering from MCKB Institute of Engineering and also passed out in the year of 2012. And after completing, he has joined in the internship of in Volvo HR, and thereafter he is doing postgraduate diploma in packaging from Indian Institute of Packaging. Okay, so now it's a great pleasure to us that we are having with him. So, Arunangshu, now over to you. You please start your presentation.
Yes, good evening, everybody. So I can see my friend Kalyan Mukherjee has invited me to lighten my knowledge about what the sector I am working in. So I can see with us present our the HOD of automobile engineering and as well as our senior Mr. Ambarish Datta is also present. So I am really lucky to meet these people again. Okay, so everybody has come. All the students have also joined, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
Arunangshu, yeah,
Yes.
almost.
One thing I would like to say that this is not going to be just one-sided presentation. It is just going to be a interactive session. So maybe whichever question you have, whoever has any question or anything want to interrupt me, just they can. They are free to do it. Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
sir. Thank you, sir.
so I think everybody is from this automobile department or mechanical engineering is also there.
No, everybody is from automobile engineering department, but there
That's
are
good.
some diploma students also present here.
Okay. And which year everybody is studying in?
They are mostly second to fourth year of BTech, and there are third year diploma students as well as second year diploma students also.
Okay. That's good. So everybody has taken automobile engineer as a career option. That's good. They have some planning in their minds. So let's come into the presentation. I would say like uh, if anybody is doing the automobile engineering, what are the career options they have? Okay, so if we look at the usually what we consider it as a career options, people usually while coming into this uh, department, people think one can think of research and development into an industry or under any government organizations like ARAI, government funded universities, or any other organizations like ARAI or other research organizations. And other than that, people might opt for production. Next comes production. Then people also go for quality control and service. And also one career option is there is sales of automobile engineering that usually we do not uh, consider, but that after working so many years in this industry, now in earlier times, I would say, even uh, many people have this concept in their mind. I have studied automobile engineering, why would I join sales? But after uh, working so many years in the automobile industry, we see that it is also a good career option, automobile sales, for the automobile engineers. Okay, so this thing is can be considered. Okay, just wait. And then if we look towards from research and development, production, quality control, service, and sales. These all things can be done under OEM. OEM means original equipment manufacturers. Who are the OEMs? For example, Maruti Suzuki is there, Tata Motors is there. They are the OEMs. Okay, they are the actual manufacturer of a whole automobile. They are purchasing the small parts like alloy wheels from their vendor, who are in turn can be said as auto ancillary manufacturers. Okay, so these are the brief concepts of this OEM and automobile ancillary industries. If anybody is doing automobile engineering, if uh, we have a mindset of considering only big companies like this Tata Motors or Mahindra, these are the only options. No, there are ample of other options as well, who are manufacturing uh, auto ancillaries like Lumax, who is manufacturing automobile lights, then alloy wheels, then the TVS company is there. We usually think TVS, which is a parent company of the company I'm working in, they just manufacture motorcycles. It's not. They are manufacturing auto ancillary spare parts, tires as well. So there are various industries which are related to the automobile, and these are OEM and auto ancillary. Next comes, yes, the teaching profession. After completion of automobile engineering, one can opt for higher studies, and one can uh, choose teaching option. There is a noble profession for uh, teaching in different colleges or government or private colleges are there. There is also a good career option. One many of us may have thought of creating own business. That is also a career option you have. And then there comes the automobile related industries, like which are based on the automobile industry, like the industry one I am working with, the various financial organizations, insurance sectors. These are again dependent on automobile. These are also automobile related industries, and there is, I think there are equal number of people are employed in automobile related industries as uh, uh, people are employed in OEM and is auto ancillary industries. Okay, so this is also big industry. And another thing which usually we do not consider, a few days back also we didn't consider, but now it is called autocritic. Being autocritic, there are various journals, magazines which are reviewing and suggesting various automobiles, and they are well paid by the OEMs and manufacturers as well. And also this is a good career option, booming career option. Okay, it being all the students here, they are the young generations, they also know not only various journals and magazines are there are booming YouTube channels. Most of the famous or successful YouTubers are college students, and this is a career option we till few times back also we didn't think, but it is a booming career option. So it is coming up slowly. Okay, so that may also be considered. So next, coming to the practical career opportunities we have, if we are uh, thinking ourselves that after completion of BTech we want to go into a job, and then a decent job, and better to work then uh, with the corporate sector and slowly climb up the corporate ladder. Then if we come into why I'm written here the practical career opportunities, that is because of the availability. Okay, given the geographical and economical area we are present in, and given the last few years of the economy of our country and even the global economy, we can see that there is uh, a decline in the growth rate of the heavy industries, which the automobile industry also comes in. If you, it is not only for India, if you look at globally, you will see there is the heavy industries is not much needed now. It has come into a smaller things because everything is become electronically controlled, and it is more dependent upon electronics. So it has become something, the trend of the industry is changing. Okay, so there is a shift of type of industry. So we can see that going into a production plant or this automobile manufacturing plant is slowly decreasing. Okay, there's nothing to get worried about, or things that this is a general trend. It just it is a nature of an industry. It is quite normal, and given the geographical area we are in, we can see that there is very few options in the, especially in the eastern region of this India, for getting employed in an OEM sector, or uh, working in a plant, or that much of growth, because most of the companies are having this their plants in western region of the India. And also, if you consider, uh, after completion you will go to research and development, you will get hired by uh, big automobile manufacturer like Mahindra. You can consider, but practical, I'm saying this spectrum is very less. Okay, a few, very few, small percentage of people can get this opportunity, because obviously the opportunities are limited and only a small percentage can go. Okay, so, and given the economical condition of last few years, there is a decline in the automobile sales. So it somewhat getting into OEM, the chances are become a bit less. Okay, so people can think of going into R&D, or can go into quality control. They might be going for production. So definitely, if one is passionate about it, and they find it, they have the option, they can try. And if their ability is well and good, but similarly there are other options are also available based on the availability of what I am saying. One thing I can share, this graph, you can see, is the graph of various automobiles, like mostly Maruti and Hyundai are the top automobile manufacturers of India, and how their sales have declined. This is the latest trend about this, and obviously there are other factors as well. So there are ample of opportunities to start your career with. See, in to become successful in long term in your career, you need to be professional first. uh, Being very much adamant or choosy about what you are getting is a bit, you can say, it will hamper your career. Better to start it with, because the professional attitude is somewhat, it is very much needed in order to get your work done, and to uh, reach somewhere, to reach your goal. Okay, so I can say that to start with whatever availabilities, okay, you are having. And if you see that automobile service sectors, it is always available, because there are already existing automobiles which need to be maintained. Okay, and for that, service sector is always needed. Coming into service sectors, there are various dealers, manufacturer sales their vehicles, and they maintain their vehicles through dealers. Their dealers, their Maruti Suzuki has huge network of dealers. Then similarly, Toyota or Hyundai, they have huge number of dealers. obviously one can there is a big there is a good option to start your career with, because that is usually available. Okay, definitely one sticking to staying into dealers is not recommended, but that is a it can be a step towards your success. Okay, most of the people who are successful today might have, you if you speak with them, might have started their careers from the dealerships as well, and there you can see various dealers and their managers, they are earning really good. Okay, then coming from dealers, there are other options as well, like multi-brand workshops. There are various workshops like Mahindra First Choice, or there are maybe Castrol is having, like they are having multiple multi-brand workshops. This is not the workshops are not selective to certain manufacturer of vehicles. Rather, they are working uh, for various manufacturers. Like they are working for Maruti as well. They are working for Mahindra vehicles. They are working for Hyundai vehicles. Almost every kind of vehicle they are working. So there is a multi-brand workshops. And if I am saying, if you have that much of capital and you are considering of doing business after completing your engineering, then yeah, being a multi-brand workshop owner is also a good option. Okay, then comes the OEMs, like OEM in service sectors. Like there are, suppose there are truck manufacturers, Tata truck manufacturers, and or Tata small vehicle manufacturers. You can work as a service engineer there. Then you can uh, look into various dealers and their spare parts availability and manage whatever is available for the service. Because the one vehicle, you can see why Maruti is most sold vehicle in India. That is because they have huge network of this service. Okay, after the service is a very much the important factor for a vehicle manufacturer. So there is OEMs have their service networks, and one can join as a service engineer as well in OEMs. Then comes the motor insurance industries. I'm saying the motor insurance industry is the one I am working with presently. I have, before that, I have worked in workshops. I have done my postgraduate diploma, and I have done internship from Cummins as well. I have worked in polymer manufacturer as well. So various sectors I have worked, but uh, definitely one after uh, entering into your career, you opt for a growth. Okay, so wherever you get opportunity, you get that. So motor insurance industries is a mostly these are corporate houses. Okay, and there is a ample chance of growth for both diploma and graduate engineers. So that is in eastern region. I if I can say this eastern region or any region of this country, and globally, this is a big industry where automobile engineers or mechanical engineers get recruited. Okay, and other than that, there is also auto ancillary services, like wherever is if you are selling auto ancillaries, you have to take care of their service as well. And also in the workshops, you can see whoever has done their your training or internships, you can see there are automobile lifts present there from ATS LG, or uh, various equipments for automobile maintenance which are is being made. This is also a big sector where you can get opportunities. So altogether, you can see there are various opportunities other than OEM, and there are enormous opportunities which are related to automobiles, and this is service sector. So being into an automobile industry, uh, I can rather say it because of my experience. If you want to stay in an automobile industry and grow in automobile industry, it is quite uh, rigorous job. It requires your um patience and as well as your hard work and smart work as well. It is not that you will get a time fixed time duty and then everything goes fine. No, it has various things. It is various influence into various factors. Many problems are there in automobiles, one or the other. So getting more and more, you will get involved into this, you will get more and more knowledge. So if I tell requirements to be in automobile industry is to first of all requires you should love the automobile. Okay, unless and until you are passionate about automobile, you cannot stick to it. Okay, other than that, you definitely knowledge will give you the confidence, and this will make you have a thing, and this will help you grow in a knowledge. In the sense, yes, we are studying everything in college. We have studied about various parts, how a four-stroke engine or two-stroke engine works, how an automobile engine works, how a car AC works. Everything we have studied, and now you can see the focus has shifted towards electronics. Most of the automobile companies are recruiting electronics engineers, isn't it? So various things you need to know, even if it is not into the syllabus. Now this uh, coming into this industry I am in, I'm working as an in-house motor engineer in Royal Sundaram General Insurance Company. So what we need is I am doing the surveyor job. Uh, some people among you may be aware of the term a surveyor. It is somewhat related to the various losses occurred with an automobile. Okay. So for being a loss assessor or a surveyor, what you need to have is to thorough knowledge about an automobile, to know the parts of an automobile. These are called, you can see an automobile here. These are four side pictures. So this will be called there are wheels, there are headlights, there are bonnet, and the glasses as well. There is one engine. Everybody knows this. So can you if I come into interaction, can you tell me the name of this part I am holding the cursor in? This part is called, just in front of the tail light, right hand tail light. Anybody? Anybody can unmute
C
and
pillar.
yes.
C pillar.
Yes, upper portion you can say C pillar, but
Sir, can you please repeat that question again?
just tell me I am holding my cursor on a spot
Fuel
on
lid.
automobile.
Actually, this is not quite visible. Fuel
Okay,
lid.
okay. Yes, you can see it. Okay. Yes. You have told right. It is fuel lid. This whole
Sir,
panel is called a quarter panel. Did you
Yes,
know this?
sir. Quarter panel, sir.
Yes,
rear quarter panel, sir.
yes. Right hand quarter panel, and this front portion is called a fender.
And, mm,
Yes. So these are the usual terms you need to know about this body. First, if you know every other part of the first, need to know about an automobile. Okay. This is usually called bonnet or hood. This is a grill, radiator grill, and this is bumper. There are these are headlights and mirrors. Okay. Then inner this part is called dashboard. This dashboard contains most of the electronic instruments and this AC and everything. Okay. So what you need to know is you need to have the thorough knowledge of, you need to know all the parts of an automobile. Okay. starting from the body, then getting into the inside of the vehicle, and model to model variation where which part is positioned in which place of a vehicle, and which part is made up of which material. Yes, coming into material, this material science is very much needed. Okay, obviously it is taught in colleges like Moore's circle, shear force, bending moment. This is very much important, obviously, but in this while working, you won't get any much of time to calculate this. Okay, so in brief, in a layman's concept, you need to know about the various materials which are used, and how these materials act or react under different circumstances. Okay, like if you can say malleability, ductility of a material, you can see this this bonnet or this fender. These are made up of, usually made up of steel. Okay, so steel acts somewhat differently upon some impact or heat or water or humidity, and uh, engine is usually made up of cast iron, and obviously nowadays aluminum engine is also available. So how these parts can act upon various under various circumstances, like in under overheating circumstances, how the engine can act, or how the material can act under overheating, or how the material can act upon some impact on it. Okay, so this knowledge is needed for you to understand the nature of an automobile. Okay, in our industry which we are working in, what we need is, we need various skills. First needs, you need to have thorough knowledge about an automobile which you is in front of you. Okay, and next comes the ability to understand circumstances, like the vehicle. What we are usually doing is conducting a survey of the vehicle which has met with an accident. An accident becomes is various sort of accidents. Accident of impact, accident may occur due to fires, accident may occur due to something falling on it, accident may occur due to this cyclone and flood as well. So these are the various kinds of losses that occur to a vehicle, and what we do is to understand the circumstances and what actually happened, to investigate the genuinity of the case, and to assess what are the loss based on the cause of accident which has been told to us, which parts can be affected and how can they be affected and how much can they be affected. Okay, and to calculate it into monetary terms. It means into calculating a loss of an automobile into a amount. Okay, and that is used to repair the vehicle. Okay, uh, am I clear? Have you understood what I am actually doing? If you
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
if you have any
Yes, sir.
question, you can tell me. Doubt. If
Sir, I have a question, sir.
yes, yes,
So more there, sir.
yes, yes.
Sir, how do you assess a accidental car, whether it's a repairable or it's a total damage or total loss?
Yes, that is a something that comes afterwards. Okay, based on the extent of the damages, uh, you can see if there is a huge impact. Okay, and you calculate the cost of the this front portion. You can say the bonnet, the headlight, and radiator condenser. These things come in front of the vehicle. Okay, you know the function of each of these parts, isn't it? The function of
Yes, sir.
radiator, the condenser, and then comes the cooling fan, and after that remains the engine, and there are brake booster as well. So
Yes.
yes, we usually find what are the losses that occur due to this accident. First of all, we look at the cause of accident. Okay. Then we see if accident happened on in front of the vehicle, and the front portion is going to be affected, and then the amplitude of this accident means how much intensity the accident is having. Then it may extend towards inner parts as well, isn't it? If the engine is damaged, if the bonnet is damaged, and if the brake booster, these parts, several parts are so badly damaged, then we can say the cost of repairing the vehicle is coming too much than the valuation of the present vehicle. You get it? Valuation of this vehicle, you can say, one vehicle, when you buy it, a new vehicle, it is 4 lakh rupees. Okay. And slowly, year after year, the value of the vehicle gets decreased. Okay. At that moment of vehicle, suppose the vehicle is having 3 lakh rupees of its value, and the cost of repairing itself is coming more than 2 lakhs. Then what is the point in repairing the vehicle, isn't it? So in that scenario, we uh, make it a
Sir,
total.
is this scenario called as a total loss?
Yes, yes. Such scenario is called a total loss. Okay, where the vehicle we find is not economical to repair.
Like it is
Okay.
better to buy a new vehicle than repairing it, right?
Yes, yes, yes. It is cost.
Sir, there is
Cost.
a one small question. Like, you are the person who is going to inspect that the vehicle after an accident. So, do you even compromise some things like that? In case of like the bonnet is a body panel, so it is made of sheet metals or anything. So you can actually what we do that we can repair that thing. So what will you refer that to repair that bonnet or to change the whole
Yes,
thing?
there the comes the material science. Okay,
Okay.
you should be able to know assess if this material, how much thick this material is, and how much deformation it has occurred. Like you can see in the vehicle, I have said it's too much small. I couldn't do it in full screen due to some technical issues. There are some dents present in the bonnet, isn't
Yes.
it? So these small dents, these are repairable. If
Yes.
this bonnet entirely gets crumbled,
Yeah.
and nobody, and there are guidelines with most of the manufacturers as well.
Okay.
So
So, sir,
that
sorry to interrupt you, but if you are saying that if the until the bonnet is absolutely crumbled, you guys will not refer to change it, right?
that
I
is,
mean,
again, I am saying that is not a thumb rule, like it is
okay.
looking crumbled. If you are looking at the material and you assess that this is the material and this is the deformation in such a position, that is, it cannot be repaired. If you
Okay.
repair it, it is not going to be as it was in the previous.
Like then it will not be a good option for long term. So then you have to change it, right?
Not long term, based on the uh, nature of this damage. Okay, based on the nature of this damage, if it can be brought back to its previous stage or not. Okay, if it cannot be brought into previous stage, then definitely uh, it should be replaced. Okay, this will, you will understand while working with this industry. Okay, so what I was saying, that you need to know about the automobile. First of all, automobile knowledge. Okay, next comes you need to have this negotiation skills as well. Okay, negotiation skills is like that something may happen. There are different claims or different things which are there, uh, which you may find genuine or partially genuine or partially not genuine. Then you have to speak and negotiate with others, and and then assess the loss of the vehicle and do whatever is guided in the company. And again, there are various guidelines in various insurance sectors. It takes more than 3 years to understand the working of an insurance industry, being an insurance motor claims uh, officer. Okay, so it takes a lot of time to understand various clauses and various conditions of an insurance company. So these are the things you need, various skills. And year after year, after you start working with a company and start working in various places, you will gain knowledge, and this knowledge will make you confident and take decisions. Okay, and coming into this insurance industry, I can say how one comes into an insurance industry as an automobile loss assessor or an automobile a claims officer. Usually what we say, if a vehicle is damaged in accident and they claim the insurance, so it is called motor claims. Okay, this it comes in under motor insurance industry. Okay, so we can say after completion of diploma or BTech, yes, both are eligible for this sort of industry. Okay, it is only needed that it should be an AICTE approved college. After completion of this your degree diploma, you will earlier times various companies used to hire freshers. Yes, this is a practical scenario I am discussing with you again, because we also have faced this thing previously. Getting a fresher and getting hired into various companies is a very difficult thing, isn't it? It is, you will understand it afterwards, after a few years, after you start working within insurance industry, that definitely insurance and definitely your experience uh, makes a huge difference in a way you work. Okay, so first of all, after completion, one may get hired with an automobile. I say I have already discussed the various options you have. May get also. I have previously seen people got jobs in insurance industries directly as well, or somebody may start working with a dealer. Okay, so while working with a dealer, it is a most crucial thing which gives you uh, experience. Okay, working with an automobile dealer, we have already also worked with various automobile dealers, although initial days of our career didn't pay us much, but this this is the thing that gave us the knowledge we required to succeed in an automobile industry. This is the knowledge that actually helps you to get hired in other industries as well. Okay, even working in reputed workshops can help you get government jobs as well. And you know, this motor vehicle inspector job is very much popular these days. So I say, if you start working in an automobile industry, in an automobile workshop, you will get exposure about everything, and you will get to know about various vehicles. If you work in various workshops for 1 year or 2 to 3 years, then you will get to know about various vehicle models, and you will also get confidence, and you will know many things. And similarly, you need to be alert as well about the opportunities what is going around. I have seen various, most of the insurance companies, what they do, they hire, they recruit from whenever there's vacancy, they recruit from this uh, who are working in various dealers workshops. Okay, so because they are very much uh, aware of all the factors which are related to the automobile, they have very good knowledge and how to deal with various things, so they are mostly hired. Okay, and other than that, also being a loss assessor, there is one option as well. After completion of diploma or degree, you can do is working under a IRDA licensed surveyor is B category surveyor. There are various surveyors in Damdam region as well. After working under them, like in other fields as well, like a lawyer works under a senior lawyer, or similarly a surveyor. If you want to be a license holder surveyor, you can work under a license holder surveyor, B category surveyor, or loss assessor, who is having, again, there are various sorts of loss assessors. Who one can have a motor license, one can have marine, like who assesses the loss of the cargo or the ships. One can be non-motor, like industrial loss assessors. So after completion, since it is an automobile industry, you can work under a motor surveyor. Okay, and then after working with him, you will do reports, and you will make a log sheet of how many surveys you have done, how much amount you have assessed, and gradually after some years he can recommend you to appear for an exam. Okay, which will after passing the exam, which you will be eligible to get a license from IRDA, that is called Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. Okay, IRDA, that means you are a certified loss assessor. You can do your freelance, and you can join a company as well. Your government certifies you to assess motor loss. Okay, this is a very good career option. Okay, you can think about. And other thing is that I have told you, you can work with various dealers, gain experience, then shift towards higher positions, work with the OEMs or auto ancillaries. There are very big auto ancillaries. One is you have heard the name Cummins. Okay, that is a big company who hire freshers for them, and they give good opportunity to diploma engineer trainees and graduate engineer trainees, who in turn can shine in their career, can also go abroad as well. Okay, so these are the good career opportunities. And then coming into insurance sector, and also after working with the dealer, you can work with insurance companies as well, because you are very much sound about the various parts and automobiles, and then you can get work with the insurance industry as well. And it is a decent, I would say, working under the corporate sector. Yes, it requires your rigorous efforts, but it is going to be well paid as well under long run. Okay, so this is also a career opportunity, you can say, because I have seen, after coming into this field, I have seen that most of the automobile graduates, and they are working with the insurance companies only. Okay, most of the people who are working, so number of people are graduating every year, and obviously the opportunity of working with an insurance industry is huge. Most of the people are working under insurance industry, and yes, there are ample scopes of growth under this insurance industry. I have seen people who have started their career with mere 12,000 salary after completion of diploma, and obviously they had these capabilities, and after some years, maybe 7 years or 8 years, they have the income in 2 or 3 lakhs per month. So these are also examples I have seen. Okay, those people are having diploma in automobile engineering, that's it, and they are earning in lakhs in per month. Okay, so there are huge opportunities in every field. All you need to do is being professional and being patient, and knowledge is everything, I would say. Okay, and not only about the written in the book. Okay, rather being into a practical field you will get to know various things about automobile, how the automobile was, various problems that arises with an automobile, how the materials can act. Even if you study in a book, you will practically find while working with the automobiles, you will find how materials can act in practical situations, or act or react in under practical situations. That will help you understand the automobile better ways. Okay. And then after that, we can say, yeah, obviously there are other trends in the automobile industry as well. You can see the photo of Elon Musk. Like, there are various innovations going on, and different sorts of vehicles are going to be developed. But one thing we can say, that anything happens, this insurance industry is needed, because whatever is happens, you cannot deny the natural calamities that occur. And even if you are doing artificial intelligence in the vehicle and you try to avoid accidents, but mere scratch and these things will never uh, be come down to 0%. So these things will always persist in automobiles, and this loss assessment work and this maintenance jobs, these are the things that are going to stay with the automobiles. We have seen gradually shifting of automobile from internal combustion engine to electric motors, isn't it? So that is also a trend. You have to be adaptive. That is also quality you need. You have to be adaptive with the situations. Okay. So that's all. Anything? So let's come into a question. Okay. So anything you want to ask uh, from me? I think these are the all, because technical things you are already studying in college, and various technical things you will understand in due course. Okay. And while you start working with various sectors, you will get your experience, and you will get to know about the automobile and various opportunities, and you will also gain the knowledge. The thing is that you have to be patient and work with the automobiles. Okay. So any questions you have? Well, you are free to ask me any questions. Okay.
Sir, is there any different kind of damage assessment in terms of electric vehicles apart from petrol vehicles or diesel vehicles? Like
See,
in,
the body of the vehicles. Have you driven any? Have you practically touched any electric vehicle, or have you
yes,
driven any
yes, sir,
electric?
yes, sir. I actually own two electric scooters, and I have actually test driven Nexon EV, and I'm
Yes.
planning to buy one.
Okay.
Because of lockdown and so, financial crisis, it's postponed it. For
Yes.
now, I think hopefully next year we will get one.
Yeah. So you have already known that there are various categories of a vehicle, and there are in a vehicle you can divide it in various parts. Like, one vehicle is having a body, next is it has a transmission, then it has a power plant. In case of electric vehicle, lies the difference? It lies the difference in the power plant. In case of petrol or diesel vehicles, the IC engine is the power plant, and in case of electric vehicles, the electric motor is the power plant, isn't it? And in place of fuel tank, it has the battery to supply its power. So in
Yes.
terms of body, there is not much change. Body and suspension, there is not much change for these vehicles. But yes, obviously, if you find an electric motor in place of an engine, so
Yes,
definitely,
sir, the battery and the motor and much more expensive than engine in terms
yes,
of
yes, yes.
comparison.
So if loss occurs with the motor, then you will have to find out and dismantle the motor, and find out what are the parts which are damaged in the this accident which needs to be replaced or which needs to be repaired, and you take decisions accordingly. Okay. Have you understood?
Yes, sir, but the amount of I mean the part of the much amount of the vehicle is on the powertrain and the storage system, like the battery. The
Mhm.
battery is much more expensive
Yes.
compared to a fuel tank in a petrol vehicle.
Yes.
So, is there any kind of different strategies in the
No, no, not much
insurance?
different strategies in the loss assessment, because you are there to find out the damages. Okay. And if the battery needs to be replaced, be it how much it costs, even if it is 50,000 rupees, it needs to be replaced, and you have to replace it. Okay. Yes, definitely. It brings a difference in the premium. I mean to say premium is a yearly amount you set with an.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. There may be difference, and then that is a different sector as well. For to be in this department of calculating premium that comes under underwriting section, we say is this department, you need to have other qualifications as well under IRDA and other exams. You need to clarify after getting into that department who fixes this premium amounts. Okay.
Yes, sir. I asked this question because the electric scooters, those Chinese or Indian built electric scooters, they are not really covered by the insurance or in any registration or anything like those
Okay, those
electric
scooters
scooters
which do
which are.
not require the registration numbers, which are not registered
Yes, sir.
under
Yes, sir.
RTO.
Yes, sir. Because of that, the owners of the but or those who are intended to buy those scooters
Mhm.
often think that the battery cost is is close to half or more than half of the actual price of the vehicle. So they don't really interested to invest their money into that because they
Okay.
think that if the battery something happens to the battery, I have to pay more than the price of the vehicle. So why should I buy this? So this is the
Okay.
very negative part of this EV business. So
Yes,
that's why
battery is
I'm
a very
asking you.
costly. And again, you have to be, you will understand in the other cases, you will, in future, you will understand that, see, automobile maintenance, the usual breakdown of an automobile, and this insurance of an automobile and insurance claim of an automobile, these are different things. Okay, suppose you are using your vehicle for 3 years, and suddenly your suspension uh, gets it is makes noise, and needs replacement. Okay, then it comes under your usual maintenance. Okay, and if the vehicle meets with an accident where the suspension is damaged, then definitely it comes under the motor insurance. Okay, motor claim. Understand it? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So
Hello.
yes,
Am I audible? Okay, Runangshu, I have a question. Okay, we have from our student, because one of our student is actually asking that Somrat Chakraborty, he is actually asking that he just want to know that how after completing the BTech, how he can pursue his career in design. Okay,
yes, design is a big option.
because I know that you have in our time that you have already cleared the MIT,
Yes, yes,
MIT,
yes.
MIT design.
Design is a big option. Yes, I how can I forget that? And I have skipped this.
Yes, so that's why I am asking you. So
Thank you for
can you
reminding
please
me.
tell me?
Automobile design, not only the mechanical parts design, but also the aesthetic design. Aesthetic design, I mean to say, how the automobile looks. Over the past few years, you have seen there's a drastic change of the vehicles, how they look, isn't it? So, being an automobile designer is one of the very highest paid jobs in the world. Okay, it requires your creativity. Uh, so, I would say after completion of BTech in automobile or mechanical engineering, there are options of common entrance exam for design (CEED), CEED, conducted by the IITs. Okay, and then there is National Institute of Design in Ahmedabad. They are doing uh, National Institute of Design is a government organization who is where you can learn automobile designing, aesthetic designing, okay, or industrial designing as well. Designing, if I'm saying automobile designing, also I must say industrial designing as well, because uh, the ATMs or the uh, you are using this big Bluetooth headsets. No, this also comes under industrial design. The ergonomics, how a material can be used, or how comfortable a material can be, or how feasible it is to for production and for user. This also comes under industrial design, okay, or product design. So automobile design and industrial design is a big career opportunity, which is very highly paying. It needs your creativity and your knowledge as well. So after completion of BTech, you can look out for the uh, forms in online forms under CED forms for the IITs. You can do MDes or Masters of Design in the IITs, be it in IIT Guwahati, they have a very good design faculty, or IIT Bombay is also having very good design faculty. Do you know one fact? The present rupees sign, which is designed, it was designed by one MDes. The person had done MDes from IIT only. Okay, so this is the reason. And then there is another organization, NID, National Institute of Design, where you can learn automobile designing. They give you postgraduate diploma in automobile designing, and there are other colleges like Maharashtra Institute of Technology, or there are different colleges as well which are uh, abroad, like in Europe there are other colleges. So even these colleges, I have seen Tata Motors or even companies like KTM, they are doing sponsored projects with the students of these colleges. Okay, so this is a big career opportunity if you are good at uh, automobiles, if have good creativity, if have innovation power, and you are very much good at drawing. Okay, freehand drawing as well, I'm saying. Then it is a very good opportunity you are having. You can try it out. Okay, it is really very good career option. Okay.
Thank you very much, Himanshu.
Yes, and another thing I would like to say, maybe this or learning automobile design, yeah, it needs a big capital, your capability of monetary capability to do it. Okay, so this is one factor. This just plus points and one small uh, hurdle I just enlightened. Okay, now tell me.
Thank you. Anyone from student? Anyone from student having any doubts, any questions from your side?
Sir, I have one question.
Just one second. Just one second. Okay. Now it is quite visible. Okay, tell me.
Sir, as this topic is about service industries related to automobile sector, so we
Yes.
know that in the coming decades, in the next 2 decades, let us take for example, so most of the vehicle will shift from this conventional to EVs, hybrid electric or completely electric. So, sir, will the services now most of the services that are currently available are related to the conventional type vehicle. So, sir, there are many workers who are earning their day wages from by working in conventional vehicles. What will happen to them if that shift takes place?
Good question. Okay. As you might have heard, I have uttered the word adaptability. I have told you previously. Adaptability is something which is required to survive and uh, grow in any industry. Adaptability means you have to accept and become as per the situation. Now, you have asked me regarding this electric vehicle. You have seen that these electric vehicles are not coming all of a sudden. It is not that all of a sudden this whole IC engine vehicles are replaced and electric vehicles are introduced. No, this is not the scenario. You will see uh, Tata is having some electric vehicles, and again some other company is trying to launch electric vehicles. So these electric vehicles are being launched in a slow manner. Gradually these are going to be launched. Okay. And in this course these vehicles are being launched. The people who are related to the automobile industry, who are working in the in a Tata workshop, okay, they are being trained about the vehicles. This vehicle is made up of this sort of motor to regulate the speed of the motor. They have this system and this sort of transmission, and this is the condition of the battery, and this is how you do the maintenance job. Okay, so they are being maintained. And when there is some other model of the vehicle is launched, again there comes the whole circular and whole training program is done to educate the various employees who are related to this automobile sector. And gradually, if you see these people who are working with the dealers, it is all about information. If they are working with the dealers, you will gradually find those who are working as a local workshops or multiple workshops, multi-brand workshops. They will gradually this knowledge will get passed from persons to persons, and they also will gradually learn about these vehicles and how these vehicles function and how to maintain these vehicles, how to work with these vehicles. Okay, so this is not going to be a big problem, because from the 1950s or 1960s, 1980s, you have seen that vehicles have been changing constantly, isn't it? So change is the only thing that is going to be constant, and to survive anywhere you need to change, and this change is coming suddenly, and this is not a big problem. People will learn about the vehicle and they will adapt it very easily. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
have you understood?
Yes, I've got no answer.
If you have any doubt, you can tell me.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, anyone having any question from students? Anyone having any question? Okay, I think there is no question. So thank you, Arunangsu. Thank you very much that you gave us a time for this webinar from your busy schedule. Okay, so it's a very great pleasure for us to having with us you. So now I am requesting our HOD, Mr. Arindam Mukherjee, to say something about
Thank
this
you.
webinar.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your presentation. We are really glad that you accepted our invitation in such a short notice, and you have delivered such a great session for our students. Since this is the most important topic, because as you know that all of us are concerned about our career. So I think the students have understood how they can pursue their future career through this session. So thank you once again. and we are really glad that we had your presentation here. Thank you.
I'm also glad that I have been given this opportunity to present myself in your college and among the budding automobile engineers who are automobile engineering aspirants. So there is a big opportunity, and hope everybody has liked it. Okay, and obviously they have. If they have any doubt, they are free to ask me anytime. Okay. So thanks to all of you again.
Thank you, sir. So on behalf of Automobile Engineering Department and all the students, I thank you for your presence.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity as well. Okay. So.
Okay, sir.
Okay.